In this video, we're going to be doing a full tour of Enso Martial Arts, having a look around, seeing everything we do, introducing you to me and Connor. So let's go and have a look inside and check out the shop. So my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for about 36 years. Done about 20 years of Kung Fu, trained out in China on multiple times, out in the schools for months at end. I did Jiu-Jitsu before that and Karate before that. Started when I was about 7, so a fairly long career in martial arts. I like to think I've got a pretty good knowledge of all the traditional martial arts. I've done plenty of seminars in like Aikido and Iaido and all kinds of stuff. So traditional is my kind of expertise, maybe. That's what I like to think I know the best about. And I've been the owner of Enso Martial Arts for about 19 years, running here in this location in Bristol. We're always trying to get more and more stuff all the time. Hopefully you'll get an idea of that as we go around the shop.
Hi, my name's Connor. I've been primarily do something called Tang Sudo, but I have dabbled in a bit of kickboxing and MMA. I've trained over at Impact's gym and trained over at Sweatbox as well, so I know the teams relatively well. I've been working at Enso Martial Arts. Well, I started working here when I was 16. I was the Saturday boy. I've been doing full-time now for about 3 years. My expertise is more on the sporty side of stuff, and Doug's more on traditional, but like I said, I've done 19 years of a traditional martial art. So if I can't help you with the traditional stuff, Doug will be able to help you. If Doug can't help you, I'll be able to help you. Either way, we balance each other out quite well. We'll be able to help you out as much as we possibly can.
If you like this video, give us a little subscribe down in the bottom corner. Check out our channel. We've got loads of videos on all of the products we have here for sale at Enso Martial Arts. Loads of instructor interviews and all kinds of stuff. So check out us on YouTube. And also, if you want to know more about what we're selling in the shop, go and have a look at ensomartialarts.com. I thought we'd start, as it makes sense, on one side and we'll go all the way around. So the first thing you see when you come into Enso Martial Arts is all of the clothing, the uniforms that you possibly want for your chosen martial art. Over here we've got all of the karate gis. We start off with beginner gis, separate trousers. We go through the heavyweight gis and up to the Taekwondo gis. Quite a few different styles. We do the kata specific ones, the kumite specific ones, the real kind of high-end ones. Really happy to have those brands in, especially Taekwondo. At Enso we absolutely love getting brands in that only produce kit for one specific style, like real thoroughbred brands as we call them. Taekwondo only produce stuff for karate, so they produce the best gis, best quality. That's exactly what we want at Enso Martial Arts. We think Taekwondo are experts in what they do, so they're the type of people we want in at the shop. So moving over, we've got the sort of judo based styles. We've got lightweight karate gis for Aikido, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. We've got plenty of BJJ gis. We stock Scramble and Progress. Again, like brands specifically making kit for BJJ. For judo, we stock in the Fighting Films, really long-term brand in the judo scene, filming all of the events across the world and producing very good judo gis that feature in the Olympics. So again, that's another brand we're just absolutely thrilled to have here at Enso. Moving over, partly more black gis for one very good reason, is that black does fade in the window, so we've moved all the coloured gis over this side. Some of them BJJ gis, but we also do Hakama for Aikido mainly, but also some of the Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. Some of the ninjutsu guys do wear Hakama too. Black judo gis, not used much by judo guys, mainly by ninjutsu guys because they're really tough. Some of the ninjutsu guys like the heavyweight karate gis or the lightweight karate gis, so that caters for all of them. Then we move on to the Kung Fu guys. So we've got Shaolin robes in grey and in orange. The most popular colours definitely by far is grey. Tai Chi uniforms, satin and silk, kickboxing trousers, sashes, Taekwondo dobox. So, you know, for a start, we think we're doing pretty well covering most people. But like I said earlier, we always want to get more stuff. If there's something that you can see that we don't have in stock, give us a shout because we definitely want to know about it. We always want to be adding more stock and improving what we've got. We've very recently added this centre aisle to the shop. Now it is right down the middle of the shop, but it gives us loads more space so we can display more stuff in the shop. We've gone right up to the ceiling because we've recently got loads more boxing boots and wrestling boots in at the shop. We still want to get more. We're trying to get more brands. We're soon going to be opening an account with Rival so we can get the Rival boots in as well. But loads of Adidas, really good top end wrestling boots and boxing boots. That's what we want here at Enso. We've got the super popular Feiyu shoes. A lot of people nowadays are just wearing them like for fashion, to just everyday wear, but they're a real old school kung fu shoe used all across Shaolin, all across the Dongfeng area where people doing Shaolin kung fu. Brilliant shoe, high tops. A lot of circus guys are buying these in Bristol at the moment. Really good for Chinese pole and slackline. Lots of parkour guys are buying them, but you know, again, a really good kung fu shoe. We've got Tai Chi specific shoes, ninjutsu shoes, monk shoes and kung fu socks, and the taekwondo shoes as well, which also double up as a really good karate shoe if people don't want to be barefoot. So loads of shoes, and like I said, getting more and more all the time. So the centre aisle is a little bit tight. I'm not particularly wide, so you know, it's a little bit of a squeeze. But the main reason for this is we wanted a full range of Thai boxing shorts, loads of different brands of Thai boxing shorts. We've got Yokkao, we've got Twins, we've got Sandy, we've got Fairtex, so quite a good range of shorts. Obviously we always want to get more in, but we've kind of scrabbling around for Boon and Top King, which is a lot harder to find, but pretty good selection as it is. We love having all this colour and all these different designs in the shop. At the end of this rail, we've got loads of shorts for like MMA, no-gi, BJJ. So again, a really good selection, different sizes, some shorter style combinations, some bigger kind of old school board short style. So yeah, loads of different shorts in the shop. This rail, which used to house all of this, is now nice and chock-a-block, full of rash guards, tees, boxing vests, boxing shorts, spats. Yeah, really good selection here. Now, again, we want to be getting this really nice and full. We are kind of running out of space and running out of hangers, so maybe in the future we're going to need a bit more space, but you know, we can worry about that in the future. Moving down on this side, we've now doing our best to fill this full of books, so we want to get it absolutely chock-a-block full of books. We've got a really good Aikido section at the moment, pretty good karate, pretty good kung fu, pretty good boxing, but you know, there's obviously lots of holes that we're trying to fill. So maybe if after you've watched this video and you've popped in the shop, this might be full by the next time you come in. Obviously loads of belts down here. I think we've pretty much covered all of the coloured belts that are available nowadays. Some really obscure kind of colours and like different combinations of colours. Like yellow and black is not a popular belt. I don't know actually who uses that, but we've got everything in, so catering for absolutely everybody. So if you come round to the back here, we've got a whole rack full of bow staffs, but also full of some of the obscure kung fu weapons, like the monk spade, the double-ended spears, guandaos, pudaos, the coin shovels, loads of stuff that you don't see that often. We're doing our absolutely best to stock it. The rarest item at the moment is probably the wind and fire wheels. Not many people know how to use them, which is pretty cool. Also tucked in the end here, we've got loads of Thai ankle supports, so loads of different brands, probably our best selection of brands, because we do have Boon and Top King, as well as Yokkao, Fairtex, Twins, etc. And also some of the quite cheap shin guards. They fit very nicely in there. Running along the top of the shop, we've got a whole selection of Bokken. This changes all the time, just given what's available on the market, but we do our absolute best to stock red, white, black Bokken, red and white children's Bokken, Saburi Bokken, cold steel Bokken, Shinai, the Saburi cold steel Bokken. I think that's probably it, isn't it? That's quite a lot. Oh, and the sayers that go with them. This rack up here, you'll see as we go around on this tour, there's lots of plans to add things. This will be a rack for like Japanese katana, but I haven't quite made it yet, so I am getting to it. Whole rack for Screamer, Hambo, and like Woods to Screamer, and up at the end we've got two racks for some of the rarer items when they're in stock. The Tomfa, the Kama, Sai, we've got Tai Chi bangs, massage, chi massage brushes, Shaolin head breaking, loads of stuff on the website, all kind of crammed into that corner, but some real rare items. So one thing that we're really happy to have in at the shop is these metal like massage brushes. Really difficult to get hold of, and really until we started making them, really expensive. They're still not particularly cheap, but compared to what they used to be, they were crazy money. We get these handmade because we literally couldn't find them anywhere in the world for a halfway sensible price. So we've got a blacksmith buddy of ours in the next city over in Bath who makes these for us. They're absolutely unbelievably well made, and it's really nice being the only people sort of in the country, Europe, maybe even the world, that is stocking these in a shop. We do 4 different types of these, different sizes, different materials. We've got the bronze massage brush, which I think is one of only 2 in the world. One that we've sold in the past and one that's up there now. We haven't had them very long, so that's absolutely brilliant to have these in the shop. So moving around to the other side of the shop, and we'll go back towards the door. We've got all the sparring kit that you possibly need for all the styles like taekwondo, sports karate, kickboxing, some of the kung fu styles. So all the way through, we've got loads of top 10 gear. Also, Top 10's one of those other kind of thoroughbred brands, the top end stuff. Got the approvals from loads of associations, WKF, like ITF, etc, etc. But we've got the Taekwondo specific, the WT approved kit from Tusa. All the way through, dip foam, PU kit, some boxing kit as well, groin guards, wraps, MMA gloves. Really good selection of MMA gloves from sort of basic all the way up to like the kind of pro Fairtex ones that you see in Cage Warriors and One Championship, things like that. On this side, on our lovely new center aisle, we've got loads of the Chinese medicines that we're kind of pretty well known for. We've got probably one of the best selections in the country, I think, of the Chinese medicines specifically for martial arts, including the Dit Da that I make myself. Dit Da is really hard to find. Finding a wholesaler is even harder. I don't know if there even is one. So we had to make it ourselves. So that is our Enso special Dit Da Jiao. Gum shields, loads of sword related stuff. We do Sagyo cords in these little drawers here, sword oil, cleaning kits. We do subas, sword bags, mala beads, iron rings. Again, finding iron rings is really hard, so it's really good to have these in the shop. Really difficult to source. We've got 3 different sizes, so 3 different weights of these. There's a whole video on all of this kit, all on YouTube. I spent a lot of lockdown making videos of a lot of the kit we have here at Enso Martial Arts, so definitely worth checking that out. A new thing that we've got in is spear hair. Again, very hard to find. So I went all out and bought all the different colours of spear hair that we could find. So we've kept it pretty cheap, so if you just wanted to dabble and change it up, it's well worth doing because it won't cost you a lot of money. Loads of selections of chucks. I need to make more of these displays, so I need to get on with that during this winter that's coming soon, so we can display a full selection of chucks at the shop. But loads of little kind of weapons that you might even never heard of, like Hermes piercers, double daggers, handmade bronze rope darts, possibly the only ones in the world. Dragon whips, like try finding them somewhere. That's a pretty rare item. Also pretty dangerous, so unless if you know bull whips, don't buy one of these because you'll probably have your eye out. Double meteor hammers, so again quite a rare weapon in Shaolin. Really nice to be able to have them in stock at Enso. Got to do a mention for the rubber gun. We will spend most of our days giggling because we have one of these in the window, and we do try and count up how many people each day will go rubber gun as they walk past the shop. So these are probably our favourite item in the whole shop just for that. So I don't know what the record is, what do you reckon, but probably got to be above 10, haven't we? Mentions.
Yeah, it's summer's day. So.
Good summer's day, lots of rubber guns, that's what we like. So hiding above all of the sparring kit is another kind of rack of weapons all along the top. This is more like the Chinese stuff pretty much, so we try and have a full rack of straight swords, Tai Chi swords, full rack of broadswords, and then a full rack of kind of more of the obscure stuff. At the moment we've got the double axes, but we do have like the melon hammers, loads of different types of 3-section staffs, walking sticks, whatever, will all go down there. Broadswords will range all the way up. At the moment we've got a few good ones in, wooden, wushu, rigid swords, aluminium swords, like this one here. These are pretty uncommon. These are the hard whips. They're pretty heavy, not used very often. Basically people don't like training with them because they're too heavy. Pretty rare kung fu item. So that's everything hiding all along the top. Obviously when you come in, we're more than happy to get it out for you, so you can have a look, have a feel. I think that's one thing I really like about owning the shop, is that people come in and they can hold it, they get a feel for it, they know exactly what they're buying. If it's clothing, they can fit it on. If it's weapons, they can get a feel for it. Sparring kit, they can feel for it. I think it's a really good selling point of the shop here, because these days there's not much opportunity to have a feel for what you've got on. It's all just buying online. So if you do get a chance to come down to the shop and try stuff on, then it's definitely worth doing, even if you've got to travel quite far. We do get people coming from abroad that make a kind of trip over to the shop just so they can kind of have a look and have a go with a few things, just so they've got an idea of exactly like what it is they'll be buying online, and we absolutely love that. And then moving to sort of where we do all our work, we've carefully, this is usually full of samurai swords at the moment. There is a bit of a drought of swords in the UK, but usually a lot of the samurai swords are up here. But we have some Thai Burmese swords at the moment. But this is where we work. I made this a long time ago, like a little kind of hut for us to sit in and do all our admin, all the rest of it. One of our favourite things in the shop is this map that we haven't had up that long, maybe 2 or 3 years or something like that. It was post-COVID, wasn't it? Yeah. So we like marking off all of the countries that we sold stuff to. I think we're past 50 countries by now. We must be clocking up close to 60. So we're quite proud of all of the places that we've sent stuff to. As you can see from this tour, we are just a little shop, so it gives us a nice fuzzy feeling inside knowing that our stuff has gone all over the world. And then moving through, we're kind of getting into the boxing world really. So we've got a whole range of head guards all the way along, sort of from very reasonably priced, from Pro Box, Ringside, Adidas, which are the IBA approved Adidas head guards, all the way up to the cleater raise head guards, really popular full face cleater raise head guards. Definitely worth the investment in terms of protecting your brain. And then a whole selection of gloves. We're doing loads of Thai brands, Fairtex, Sandy, Twins, Yokkao when we can get hold of them as well. It's proving tricky at the moment. And boxing brands, so we've got Pro Box, Adidas, Cleater Raise, Ringside, Venom. Always wanted to be getting more. Like I said, we're just about to set up an account with Rival, so it'd be really nice having them in. And we're just always scouting out around to see what else we can get in and what people would be interested in buying. One of the plans is that these take up quite a lot of room, so we're going to hide them and we're going to convert all of this into shelving space for more gloves, so we can have double the space of gloves that we want at Enso, which would be absolutely brilliant. Can't wait for that. Down here we've got shins. That's not all the shins we do. We've got different brands. We do Fairtex, Bitomic, Sandy, Yokkao, Twins when we can get them. Supply of them is pretty all over the place. Sandy are absolutely solid, so we do tend to have them in. Mostly all the others are a bit hit and miss. Definitely worth a mention in the shop is old Eric here. He's been with us quite a long time. He's sustained a few injuries over the years, mainly his own fault because he tends to fall out the window now and again and give himself a few head injuries, but he's still doing pretty good. He's in better shape than both of us, which is still quite annoying. And always doing his best to try out new martial arts. At the moment he's sporting full Thai boxing gear, looking pretty good. You also notice we've got quite a few parcels down here. We do sell a few things out online. These are all the next day stuff, so if you order from us you'll get it the next day, obviously if you pay for that service. If you pay for Hermes or whatever, it'll probably take a little bit longer. But that's all the parcels for today going out. check out that website, ensomartialarts.com, and anything that's in the shop will be able to get out to you next day. So it is worth noting that some people look at the selection of stuff we've got in the shop and we kind of assume we're this big kind of faceless warehouse, which, you know, in some ways is quite nice for us, but as you can see from the tour, we are just a high street shop doing our best. It is just me and Connor, so if you order from us, one of us will have packed it for you and sent it out for you. You know, if you call up thinking we're just like faceless nobodies that know nothing about martial arts, be nice to us. You know, we've trained a long time, we know what we're talking about, and it is just us in the shop churning stuff out. So, you know, treat us like your martial arts training buddies, that'd be lovely. So that's it, that's the tour of the shop. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you a much better idea of exactly what we're doing here. Connor's unfortunately got to get back to work and start processing a few more orders from the weekend. I also need to get on some work, including editing this video. If you like this video, we'd really appreciate subscribe. Just click in the bottom right hand corner. And then you're going to get notifications of all new videos and all of the products, all of the stuff that we're doing here at Enso Martial Arts. So check out our YouTube channel. Thanks very much, and hopefully see you soon. Cheers!